A couple of weeks ago, as of this list's release, I not only predicted what boards and characters I thought would make an appearance in the newly announced Mario Party Superstars, but I also ranked the likelihood of all unconfirmed N64 Mario Party boards returning inside the game. So, now I've decided to take it a step further and rank the likelihood of characters being playable in this upcoming game. However, it will have to be a bit different. Because the storage of Mario characters is so much larger than that of N64 boards, I'm only going to rank the 10 most likely characters to be playable. No more, no less. And we also already have lists of confirmed playable characters and confirmed non-playable characters on the Super Mario Wiki page of this game, so that will also make this easier to narrow down characters for this prediction. And before we start, make sure to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this, and follow me on Discord, Twitter and Reddit for updates. So with that being said, let's get started. Let's start off by discussing what is probably the most iconic character to be spawned out from the Mario Party franchise, the Koopa Kids. The name is self-explanatory, they're Koopa Kids. They basically served as Bowser's henchmen in the Mario Party series, filling the roles that Goombas and Koopas do in the platformer series. And that's literally the only thing Koopa Kids have going for them. Later on, a single Koopa Kid was also playable in Mario Party 5 and 6, before it was replaced by the much more developed Bowser Jr. And this is why he's in last place on this list. Koopa Kid is a character whose sole purpose was to fill the role as a minion in a spin-off franchise when there was no other character who could do the job. But now that Kamek served that role in Super Mario Party, and the fact that Bowser Jr. exists, a character whose existence isn't solely dependent on a silly party game, it would be most unlikely if we saw the much more obscure Koopa Kid return. And this doesn't even include the fact that Bowser Jr. has already been confirmed as a non-playable character in the game, so why would Koopa Kid have any better chance than him? In the end, Koopa Kid is the least likely of my 8 choices here. Next up is Pom Pom. Now, please note that just because a character is on this top 10 list, it does not mean I think they're likely to return in this game. There are just so few Mario characters that I feel even have a chance in this game, and Pom Pom is one of those characters that has just a slightly higher chance than the rest. Frankly, I have a hard time thinking we'll be seeing her. The fact that she was actually playable in Super Mario Party was something I did not expect. Especially not without Boom Boom. In a nutshell, she's basically just one of those characters that appeared simply once, kind of like Kamek and Blooper in previous installments. Now the reason this character is above Koopa Kid though is because, in the event of the developers running out of time, but still needing to expand the roster, they could just bring back Pom Pom. This is because Mario Party Superstars uses the same engine as Super Mario Party, and because they already have the character model for Pom Pom available, they could just use it to expand the roster, in case they're running out of time for developing the game. I don't think it's likely because of how obscure she is, but it's a tiny possibility. One of the most interesting Mario characters for me would have to be Nabbit. This little fellow was originally introduced as a minor antagonist in New Super Mario Bros. U, from whom you could win items from, if you beat him. Now if this is all this character had going for him, I definitely wouldn't bet that he'd be playable in Mario Party. However, ever since then, he's actually made a few relevant appearances in Mario games. For example, he was actually a playable character in Mario Golf World Tour, a supporting NPC in Mario Party 10, and even an enemy in Mario & Luigi Paper Jam, an RPG game. And that's quite a lot of appearances for what was originally just a random rabbit with bandana. I definitely don't think we will be seeing him, however, there is a tiny possibility, seeing as he has actually been playable once and even made an appearance in a Mario Party game once. In my opinion, Nabbit has potential to be playable in this game. If you've been a Nintendo fan before the release of the Nintendo Switch, one thing that you're most certainly familiar with would be the Miis. They were customizable people you could create and then use as an avatar in a game, or if lucky, even play as them. And Mario games are no strangers to Miis. They've been playable here and there, from Mario Kart Wii to Mario Golf World Tour, and even in Mario Party 8. Now, as we know, Mario Party rosters have always traditionally been very homogeneous. No non-Mario characters have ever been playable, and even bad guys need to be lucky to land in the roster. So the fact that Miis were playable in Mario Party 8 is quite a steady feat. Sure, it was only for extras minigames, but it's still something. Miis could have been higher on this list if not for 2 reasons. 1, they haven't been heard of since Mario Party 8, and 2, the Nintendo Switch has largely made Miis obscure, unfortunately. Sure, you can still create them on the Switch, but they have no real value anymore and are hidden away in the options menu. So yeah, maybe they're not the most likely on the list, but we can always hope. They were playable once, they can be it again. Kamek has always been one of my favorite Mario characters. In the Mario series as a whole, Kamek is typically the overarching villain of the series as a whole, as it was he who raised Bowser into what he is today. And even in the Mario Party series, that role isn't completely thrown off the track, because while he was playable in Mario Party 9, Super Mario Party saw him debut as the host of bad events, similar to Bowser in previous installments, as Bowser was playable in this game. The good hosts were Toad and Toadette, and they retained their roles in Mario Party Superstars as well. However, Mario Party Superstars, being a game mainly about bringing back the old days, most likely will see the return of Bowser being the big bad guy. So where does that leave Kamek if he doesn't have that role anymore? Why not make him playable again? I mean, he was in Mario Party 9, so why can't he be again? Pauline was the original damsel in distress of the Mario franchise, debuting as the princess that needed to be saved in the original Donkey Kong, but who, after Super Mario Bros., has been largely obscure and unknown, only ever appearing again in the Mario vs Donkey Kong series. However, ever since the release of the Nintendo Switch, she's made a relevant return to the Mario franchise. First as the Major of New Donk City in Super Mario Odyssey, but later also as a playable character in Mario Tennis Aces and Mario Golf Super Rush. So I think it's about time she makes a debut in Mario Party as well. So even though I said I would only rank characters to have been historically playable in Mario Party, Pauline is the exception because of current circumstances. Overall, I think Pauline has a decent chance of making a debut in Mario Party. In my opinion, one of the most positive surprises in the Mario Party Superstars announcement trailer was the return of a playable Birdo. While she did exist in Super Mario Party as well, she was merely an NPC whose only purpose was letting you unlock the gold door and a few stickers. A pretty lame waste if you ask me. Like, if you already have the character model in the game, why not make it actually useful? So I'm glad they made it useful in Superstars. This makes me believe that NDQ might go even a step further and make Spike playable as well. Similar to Birdo, he was also just a throwaway character in Super Mario Party, only serving as an NPC, and an even more useless NPC at that. After all, they already have the character model for him, so it would be most unwise to not use it to expand the playable roster. And he was playable in Mario Party 10, so it's not like he's completely new to the series. Overall, I think Spike is very likely to return as a playable character in this game. If there is a Mario character with one of the largest fan bases of all time, it has got to be Dry Bones. Looking over the internet, it's surprising what a huge following he has earned throughout his years. Or maybe not so surprising. Anyways, I think it's safe to say that the love for this character has contributed to why he's made so many playable appearances in Mario spin-off games, like Mario Party for example. So far, he's only been playable in Mario Party 7, 8 and Super, and it's not one of the confirmed non-playable characters in Superstars, actually. I don't think more needs to be said, he's amazing. I would be surprised if a fan favorite like him got snubbed in one of the largest Mario spin-off series of all time. Honestly, who doubts in the return of a playable Diddy Kong? Sure, he's only been playable in two of the most recent Mario Party games, but yet he feels just as classic as playable as like Donkey Kong or Wario, etc. The fact that he didn't make his debut as a playable until Mario Party Star Rush boggles my mind, as Donkey Kong is the most blatant example of a Mario Party playable who hasn't had a natural partner until this game. Other than that, there's not much else to say. I see literally no reason why Diddy Kong wouldn't be playable, because he's not only a natural partner to DK, but he's also a good guy, and as we know, Mario Party rosters have traditionally always been very homogeneous and good guys. And this gives him an edge even over characters like Dry Bones or Spike. Without a doubt, Diddy Kong will most certainly be playable in this game, and you can't convince me otherwise. And at last, the most likely character to return is... Actually, cut the drum roll. Y'all already know what the number one character spot goes to. It's Daisy, obviously. She will appear in this game as a playable. Like, sure, she might not have been confirmed in the announcement trailer, but can you actually imagine a Mario Party game without Daisy being playable? While Diddy Kong is likely too, he's only been playable in 2 of the most recent Mario Party games so far. Daisy, on the other hand, has been a staple in the Mario Party franchise ever since the 3rd entry. Well, except Mario Party Advance, but that game was irrelevant anyway, so yeah. Daisy wins this ranking, no contest. There's nothing else that needs to be said. In the end, this is my ranking from least to most likely characters to be playable in the upcoming Mario Party Superstars. And so, there you have it, my top 10 most likely characters to be playable in this game. But what characters do you want to see playable in Mario Party Superstars? If you like this video, then please like, share and subscribe for more videos like this, and follow me on Discord, Twitter and Reddit for updates. Soon I might actually be predicting minigames for this new game as well. But with that being said, I'm signing off now.